Okay, everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Alright, if you want to talk, just move the microphone really close to your mouth. I turn the vents on, they're above you, open, close, rotate them around, whatever you need. We've got these two right here we can aim at the end. And last thing before we go, once again, my name is Doug, and I'll be your pilot. You can ask me questions, you can talk to each other, scream, cry if you need to. Just move the microphone away a little bit. Two cameras on board, one's right here. It's got just about everybody's excited faces there. But most of the time it is outside, recording everything we see and say on our flight today.
Hi, and welcome to this video. I post this video of my husband and my flight over the Grand Canyon by helicopter.
A little bit of music. Black knobs on both ears and volume controls.
Done in 2009, and we went with a company called Maverick Helicopters, based in Las Vegas. The first 10 to 15 minutes maybe, you'll see forest and you'll hear our pilot dog speaking about a bunch of things. I decided to left everything in, not cut everything out, anything out, because it is just such a beautiful area, and you would miss such beautiful sights. But if you're bored, you're welcome to just scroll through the video to the part where you see the Grand Canyon nearing, of course, but I advise you to watch the whole 45-minute video. Thank you for watching.
Alright, tower just cleared us, so here we go, everybody.
And the rocks might melt. I'm learning to fly.
Up and away.
Yeah.
We'll turn to the left.
It's a hard.
And air conditioning coming back on.
Jacob, out.
Left turn all the way around, heading eastbound. I didn't hear any screaming, or looks like everybody's still breathing.
Break your heart, steal your crown. So it started out, for God knows where. I guess I don't know.
Alright, well we gotta head eastbound for a few minutes before we cross over the canyon. As we do, this is the Kaibab National Forest. This is the largest ponderosa pine forest in the world. Covers an area of 1.6 million acres, or the same size as Switzerland. We do see elk, deer, and antelope throughout the whole forest. Every day we see them. Not necessarily every flight. And occasionally we see bighorn sheep and even mountain lions.
It's the hardest thing. I'm learning to fly around the clouds. But what goes up
Take point.
must come down.
At the moment we're traveling 120 miles an hour, about 190 kilometers an hour. We're about 300 feet above the trees, or 100 meters. You'll see little dirt roads and trails all through the forest. It's all public use area. You can drive through here, take your dirt bikes, four-wheelers, hike and camp. It's all public use land. Everybody feeling the air okay? Alright, good. A couple reasons we fly to the east side before we cross over. One, there's some amazing things to see over there. But the second is because on the left of us, that's where the Bright Angel Trail is, the Grand Canyon Village, the Mule Trails, all the lookout points around there. And if anybody's spent any time up there, you haven't heard or seen an aircraft. That's why they make us fly out and around. Well, here through the canyon area, we get about 10 to 12 forest fires every year. Most of those are caused by lightning storms during the monsoon season. But sometimes campfires or cigarettes will cause them. They use towers to watch for the fires. One of those towers is right here on the front left, called the Grand View Tower. From there they can see the whole southern forest, and they can hopefully contain the fires before they're too large and out of control. It gets its name Grand View Tower because just beyond it is a very grand view. A little bit about myself and the helicopter we're flying, what we do up here. This is a French-made helicopter known as the Eurocopter EC-130, or the Echo Star as we call it. It was made for tourism. It's all the wraparound glass, all the seats facing forward, video and air conditioning. They're $2.2 million each. Very comfortable, very reliable. And myself, been flying a little over 6 years. We work up here for 7 days, and then we get 7 days off. So not a bad schedule. This is my office. I'll fly around the canyon anywhere from 6 to 10 times in a day. Well, we meet people from all over the world. All different reactions. I had 2 ladies from Italy who never opened their eyes. They never once saw the canyon. I had a grown man from Las Vegas fall asleep sitting right next to me about 10 minutes into the flight. I had a couple from the UK. They were 97 years old. Been waiting their whole lives to come see the canyon. So that was quite nice. But it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce you to the canyon. Remember, it's your tour. Sit back, don't say a word. Ask questions. Any information you know about the canyon, go ahead and let us know. This is truly the best way to experience it. Not the only way, but the best way. Alright, everybody ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand Canyon. Kind of takes your breath away, doesn't it? It is the Colorado River down below us. It flows from the northeast or from the right side on its way down to the left. There are rafting trips you can take through the river. It's a 10 to 16 day trip to make your way all the way down the canyon. They camp along the shore, they fish. There is a 3 to 4 day trip, but it requires an 8-hour walk out of the canyon. The cliffs on the right side of us are the Desert Palisades. They are the easternmost cliffs of the Grand Canyon. They're about 3,000 feet high, or 1,000 meters. We're just a little bit above that, above the river. This is as close to the river as we get, so you see life jackets are kind of silly. But those are the rules. Close off to the left is the North Rim. It continues northeast to the corner, which is where we're crossing over. Also heads west to Las Vegas. The Grand Canyon is 277 miles long, which is 450 kilometers. Anywhere from a quarter mile wide to 18 miles wide at the widest point. We're up to 30 kilometers. The highest point above the river is 6,600 feet, or 2,200 meters up. We're going to fly by both the widest and the highest. I'll point them out as we get there. First, we have the Little Colorado Canyon, which goes off to the front right. The Little Colorado River flows into the Grand Canyon from the south of New Mexico north. The only river in the United States that flows entirely south and north. You can see where the two rivers join down on the front right. See the two different colors of water? The brown water and then the kind of greenish water. We're going to turn and circle that so we'll all get a chance to see. Bunch of rafters on the shore right beyond that brown water. We are heading eastbound again. As we cross the Desert Palisade Cliffs, we are leaving the national park. All the land here in front of us is Navajo Indian land. This is also known as a painted desert. You look out, you see many shades and colors of sand. Those are all different volcanic minerals. That's how it got its name, the painted desert. As we turn and cross over the Little Colorado, notice how much smaller it is, the rocks and trees in between the river. There's no dam on this river, so the dirt stays stirred up for quite a while. Yeah, turn to the left, heading all the way back around to the Grand Canyon. Nice view of the North Rim there in front of us. How much higher it is than the south side and the east side. 1,500 to 2,000 feet higher, or 5 to 700 meters. There's a dirt road down low on the right. 4 years ago, our chief pilot flew a couple from France down to that end, and that's where they got married. We've seen base jumpers off these cliffs before, too. People jumping off of parachutes. Beautiful pictures on both sides of the helicopter as the canyon, or the river goes up the canyon walls. Excuse me. John Wesley Powell was the first man to document and lead an expedition down the river. He had 2 Indian guides with him as he did, Chuar and Chuar's son, Quagget. Chuar Butte, here on the left, named after that guide. Quagget Butte on the right, named after his son. As we make a turn to the right here, There's a ridge line along the bottom of the canyon. It goes all the way up along the buttes. That is the Kaibab fault line. Now, a fault line is where earthquakes happen. This is the most agreed upon theory as to how the Grand Canyon came about. About 7 million years ago, there was an earthquake along there. It pushed up and away the North Rim, creating the Kaibab Plateau. Because of the raised plateau, the water was forced to carve around it. That began the erosion of the canyon. The ridgeline in front of us is the Boundary Ridge. That's the northernmost ridge of the canyon. All the canyon beyond it is Marble Canyon. About 30 miles or 45 kilometers up Marble Canyon is Glen Dam and Glen Canyon, also known as Lake Powell. The tallest place in the canyon is called Point Imperial, the lookout point you can drive to. It's on the front left, that tall flat area with the tree groups on top of it. 9,000 feet, or 3,000 meters above sea level, and exactly 6,600 feet, or 2,200 meters above the river.
Traveling on now. There's too many places I must see. And if I stay here with you now, things just wouldn't be the same. I'm as free as a bird now, and a bird you cannot tame. And a bird you cannot change. And a bird you
Beautiful sandstone cliffs through here.
Lord knows I can't change.
All the colors and shapes. Point Imperial's there in front of us. To the left of it is a big thumb sticking up. That's Mount Hayden. That thumb's big enough that we could land on it. Not a good idea, of course, and they don't let us, but it's big enough that we could.
It's been sweet love, though this feeling I can't change. Please don't take it so badly.
Big square butte on the front left is Jupiter Butte. To the left of it's a small, rugged one. Looks like a castle, known as Gunther's Castle.
If I stay here with you now, things just wouldn't be the same.
This is my favorite area through here. All the red and gray cliffs, the pillars and shapes. Looks like cathedrals or buildings that were used to be here. Plus, the closer you get to the north side, the more green trees and vegetation you see. Beautiful colors and shapes all through here, little caves in different places. This peak on the front left, its official name is Brady Peak.
I know
We think it looks like a big battleship up there.
it all too clear. I only taste the saline when I kiss away your tears. You really had me going, wishing on a star. The black holes that you are heavier by far. I believed in your confusion, so completely torn. It must have been that yesterday, the day that I was.
Beautiful red sand peaks, all the trees and colors. A little bit of snow there on the left.
Really can't be serious. You have to ask me why. I say goodbye. 'Cause I am barely breathing. And I can't find the air.
Cliffs on the left with the grays and tans, the trees growing right out of the rock.
And I could
There's those
stand
red sand peaks. All the cliffs on the right look like blocks or bricks that have been stacked there.
the price, it was the price that I
We are going to climb up about 1,000 feet, or about 400 meters, so everybody's ears are probably going to pop.
Everyone keeps asking, what's it all about? It used to be so certain, and I can't figure out what is their subtraction. I only feel the pain, nothing left to reason, and only you to blame. Will it ever change? 'Cause I am barely breathing, and I can't find the air. Don't know who I'm imagining you, yeah. And I could stand here waiting, a fool for another day. I don't suppose it's worth the price, it's worth the price that I would pay.
Up and away to the north rim.
But I'm thinking it over anyway.
To the left of us, that's the Bright Angel Canyon. That's the widest place in the whole park. 18 miles or 30 kilometers from end to end. So the mule trails are, the Phantom Ranch lodges. All the hiking trails and lookout points are there.
Come to find I may never know. Change as a friend or foe. Rise above, I sing below. And every time
Large fire we had here about 8 years ago. Burned a little over 14,000 acres. Now the road beneath us winds back and forth and goes off to the left. It's the North Rim Highway. The only place it goes is to the North Rim Lodge, which is the only building up here on the north side. Off to the left by the rim. Other than that, it's just forest up here. So most people don't visit the north side.
but I'm thinking it over anyway. I'm thinking it over anyway.
we pass the fire area, you can see how much thicker and healthier the forest is. All the aspen and birch trees. Because the north rim's so much higher, they get 10 to 12 feet of snow, or 3 to 4 meters worth. So the north rim's closed all winter. And all that extra moisture provides for a healthy forest. Temperature still okay for everyone?
Yes.
Right.
Might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away, on the road, hanging by a song. But the strings
Nice
are
little pond. Big natural meadow. Looks like a golf course almost.
fast, and it don't last for long.
It has some natural streams going through it. The dirt road on the left side you can drive up to and camp and hike. Take it all the way to the end, it goes out to the edge and to a trail that leads to Claude Birdseye Point. We'll talk more about that point when we actually fly by it.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. He climbed Cathedral Mountains, he saw silver clouds below. He saw everything as far as you can see. He got crazy once and he tried to touch the sun, and he lost a friend but kept a memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forests and the streams, seeking grace in every step he takes. His side is turned inside into sound
The mountains outside of Las Vegas are on the front right, way in the distance.
of a clear blue
The
mountain.
canyon curves around the right side of those, and that's where the Hoover Dam is.
Colorado, Rocky Mountain High.
Alright, we're going to turn and head back over the canyon.
Fire in the sky.
This time as we head over the rim, we're heading down about 1,500 feet, 500 meters.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of a simple thing he cannot comprehend. While they try to tear the mountains down to bring in a couple more people, more scars upon the land. In the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky.
This is known as Milk Creek Canyon. They call it that because of all these white salt deposits along the rock ledges. They wash down into the creek and create a milky white color.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Friends around the campfire and everybody.
The sandstone layer we fly by, we are flying by, wraps around the entire Grand Canyon, known as the Coconino Sandstone. They say it was put here by an ocean about 270 million years ago.
Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High.
more beautiful view for everybody. As it opens back up into the canyon. That never ends. Two peaks on the front right are Confucius and Mencius, named after Chinese philosophers. The mesa here on the left is Shiva's temple. Shiva is the Hindu god of destruction. You see there's 300 acres of land across the top. And if you follow it all the way to the right, right at the end of it, there's a point. That is Claude Birdseye Point. That's where we see the hikers go to from the North Rim. Be pretty intense, wouldn't it? The Desert Palisade Cliffs, the ones we were flying by at the beginning of the tour, they're way off to the left now. Most of the red we see throughout the canyon is iron. Iron will rust and create this color through the rock and sand. After a heavy rain, it'll wash that rust down to the river, turn the river red. Now the rock layer down by the river, that real thick, dark layer, is almost 2 billion years old. The third oldest rock layer exposed on the Earth. The river beneath us at this point is anywhere from 100 to 150 feet wide, or 30 to 50 meters. The rapid waters on both sides. On the right side first is Crystal Rapids. They are category 3, meaning those waves are 15 feet or 5 meters high. And the rapids on the left side, coming into view in just a second, are Bouchard Rapids. They're the same category 3 rapids. The river doesn't look that big, does it? At the moment, we're just about a mile or a kilometer and a half above the river.
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the...
There's a trail on the left that zigzags down the canyon. That's Hermit's Trail. In the late 1800s, there was a Frenchman who lived down there. He built a cottage and orchard, lived his whole life. Now, if you want to take a 5-hour walk from the Hermit's Rest down to the bottom, you can. Then you gotta climb back out. That takes just a little longer.
Who don't have enough to eat, shoe the children with no shoes on their feet. How's the people living in the street? Oh, there's a solution. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping.
The mountain peaks on the front left are the San Francisco Peaks, or the mountains outside of Flagstaff. The tallest one on the left is Mount Humphreys. That is the tallest mountain peak in all of Arizona. Measures 12,600 feet, or 4,200 meters. This road we're flying along is a border road. Everything on the right side, Kaibab National Forest. Everything on the left side, Grand Canyon National Park.
You've left me now and it's seasoned my soul. And with every step you take, I watch another part of you go.
These ponds of water we're coming up on are reclamation ponds, meaning they recycle and reuse all the water possible up here.
My knees.
In order to reach a well of water, you have to drill down to the level of the river. So a mile or a kilometer and a half from here.
Well, one more night I'd like to lie and hold you, yes, and feel. To make you smile, I'd like to be there for you. Have you forgotten me? And the days go by.
There's the train way off to the left. It's heading up to the canyon. Those train tracks there come from Williams, Arizona. Go up to the Grand Canyon Village. You can spend the day at the Grand Canyon. Then come afternoon time when you head back to Williams, they put on a show for everyone. Horses and bandits will stop the train, rob everybody on board. It's a pretty good time. Another small fire here from a lightning storm. Little Forest Service supply yard here to help maintain the trails in the park area.
Hold you, yes, and feel. To make you smile, I like to be there for you. Have you forgotten me?
There's the park entrance there on the left. Everybody gets up into the south rim. Everybody takes their pictures right down here by the Grand Canyon sign. Get a buzz over them. Just a few people. We got a better view.
Baby, don't leave me. I'm down on my knees. Baby, don't
That's the town of Tucson there on the front right. IMAX Theater, motels, restaurants. Great little sandwich and coffee shop right between the IMAX and Wendy's. Although if you like pizza, there's a pizza place called the We Cook that makes a buffalo wing pizza. It's awesome. Campsite down beneath us here, don't recommend this at all. We fly low like this all day over it.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground, but there's no room.
Alright, as we come into land, you can see a few of our competitors. There's Papillon on the front right. They have 3 people facing forward and 3 facing backwards. No microphones, no video equipment, and they keep the aircraft running while they load and unload you.
Everywhere you thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let's get away on the road. You got no destination in the mind. In a maze of her imagination, your love is down. Even if that doesn't ring true, you've been up.
There's the boss's window right in front of us. There's always pressure landing on this spot.
It's a beautiful day. So get away. It's a beautiful day.
There we are, back safe and